So, as we get to the end of the summer, I'm having a lot of political conversations with people. And as you can imagine, a lot of my political conversations end up intersecting with real estate. And one of the things that we're talking about is like, oh, people are saying, oh, if Trump gets elected, then this is what's going to happen to the real estate market. And if Kamala gets elected, this is what's going to happen, right? Uh, I'll tell you right now that whichever president gets elected in the fall in November, it's not going to matter nearly as much as what the Fed does with rates. It's very simple. There was 2021, 2022 were super busy years for real estate, the busiest years in decades. And that demand didn't die out. The demand that was creating that market did not die out. It was suppressed by high rates, right? The Fed very effectively manages the heat of the real estate market by raising rates to buy a lot or dropping them. And so what we're going to see is lower rates towards the end of this year, maybe in September, and lower rates probably next year as well. And those lower rates are going to fuel another boom in real estate. Okay. So in January of 2024, January of this year, you can go back to my first post from January, where I predicted that we were going to see mortgage rates below 6% this year. That happened in July. Okay. So yes, the rates have come back up to around 6%, a little above, a little below, maybe if you have a relationship with the bank. But we're going to see a rate cut soon from the Fed, and that's going to drop rates further on the mortgage side of things. That is going to allow people to feel more comfortable trying to move, buy, sell, whatever it is that they want to do. The thing is I think that we're still going to see a little bit of sideways movement in the fall with the market. I don't expect the rates to come down drastically in the fall, but by next spring, the spring of 2025, it's going to be a gangbusters market. I would bet money on this. Okay. So whatever you are thinking about, worrying about, like the political policies on real estate or how it's going to affect the market, don't. Just pay attention to what the Fed does going forward, particularly starting in September. One of the things that I'm just going to show this to you is so the economic reports recently came out, and it was 818,000 fewer jobs than previously reported from the spring of 2023 to the spring of 2024, indicating that the labor market began to cool off earlier and faster than it appeared at the time. So this is just to say that there is some serious economic data that the Fed is going to be cutting rates, and the cutting of the rates is going to have an inverse effect on the real estate market. Okay, so don't get caught up in the hype of which candidate is going to be in power come next year and how that's going to affect the real estate market. It doesn't matter, and I'm going to say that true. Like it, I will say that next year as well, regardless of what happens. So that's about it for right now. Have a happy fall or end of the summer, and we'll talk soon.